different than the word taklif. Taklif meaning what you have to do. What you have to do. So when he used to talk about the obligations, he used to stay away from that word. Okay? Why? He said because when you say that you have taklif, that means there is something upon you that you have to do. And it seems like it is something that you might dislike. It would have that connotation in it. So he would not use this word. Why? Because a Muslim loves to be a Muslim, loves to obey. When he loves to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it is not befitting to use that word that is an obligation. Okay? And he says that the word obligation taklif was mentioned in the Quran. However, it was mentioned in the Quran in a way of negation. Allah does not make, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not put taklif on you, so it is not putting on you in a way of negation like that. Not in a way that you have to do this. Okay? And it is the sweetness of Iman that Rasulullah ﷺ said that the sweetness of Iman is when you are pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a Lord, you please as Islam or Rasulullah ﷺ as a messenger, and Islam as a way of life. This is, you taste the sweetness of Iman. So when Rasulullah ﷺ came to the companions and told them about the ends of Surah Al-Baqarah, that is very special, that it came down from the heavens with a special angel that Rasulullah ﷺ said never came down to the lower heavens before. But he came down specially to deliver this, okay? That it is from under the throne of Allah, as Rasulullah ﷺ said. So within this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that in tubadu ما في أنفسكم أو تخفوه يحاسبكم به الله فيغفر لمن يشاء ويعذب من يشاء والله على كل شيء قدير. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and this is a hadith, this ayah came in a hadith in Sahih Muslim, describing the events that happened when this ayah came down. What happened to the companions when this ayat came down. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in this ayat, if you show what's within you or you do not show it, Allah will hold you accountable for that. Okay? Then He will punish who He wishes and He will reward whomever He wishes. And Allah capable over everything. Now the companions could not take this. They just, it was too much. So they came running to Rasulullah ﷺ when they heard the ayat. And in the hadith they said, Abu Hurairah saying that they then kharru ala rukabih, that they came down on their knees. It had so much impact on them that they came down, they could not take it. Physically they came down on their knees. They said, Ya Rasulullah, جاءت التي لا نقدر عليه. It came, the one that we cannot handle. Meaning this ayah. Why? What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying is, can you imagine you reacting to something, somebody does something to you, and within yourself you say, I wish I would hit him, I wish I would kill him, I wish I would do it. And you say something within yourself as a reaction for someone does something against you. And even though you did not execute it physically, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold you accountable on it. They could not, they said, we're gone, we're done. There is no way that we can handle that. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said to them, أتريدون أن تقولوا كما قال بني إسرائيل لموسى عليه السلام? You want to say what the Israelites says to Musa alayhi salam? لن نؤمن لك, that we will not believe in you unless we see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or you know, sort of sayings, then they said, no, we will not say that. Okay. We will say, سمعنا وأطعنا. سمعنا وأطعنا. We hear and we obey. They were able to say it. That's the point. They were able to say it. Meaning, we know this about ourselves and others. Sometimes you know that you have to say something, but you cannot get yourself to say it. You know you have to, appreciate something, but you cannot get the words appreciated. You know that there are some who are about to die and they are dying, and you want to get them to say the Shahada and they cannot utter it. They cannot say the Shahada. Because they did not live it. They did not live La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. But the companions said it. It came out. Meaning they are truly within their heart, they want it and they exerted the effort to follow. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when they did that, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not put taklif, an obligation on someone except is what he can handle and so forth. Meaning that within the next ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that when it comes to the external work, that is what you're going to be held accountable for. So it was a kind of obligation, But this obligation came when they committed themselves. The commitment had to be there. Scholars ask a question. Which is more honorable? To carry love or to be carried by love? Right? أن تحمل الحب أو يحملك الحب. Which is more honorable? Okay? ما هو أشرف? More honorable. To carry love and exercise love, or to be carried by love. Right? And once you hear that, then you start to thinking, which one, right? Yes, what's more honorable? As in a hadith that is not sahih. It is not sahih. It's not a sahih hadith. That there was some idol was in a high place, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Ali radiallahu anhu were there to get it down. So one had to carry the other to reach it, right? So the scholars are saying, so now Ali radiallahu anhu was the one who carried Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam eventually. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got it. So they were saying, okay, which is more honorable, for Ali to carry Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to carry Ali? Right? So they were talking about this love. They were talking about this subject. That which is more honorable. And they say, no, the honorable is that you carry love. That is more honorable. You carry love and exercise this love. More honorable. But then they say, what pleases you more? When are you going to be in more pleasure? When you carry love, or when you are carried by love? And the answer is when you are carried by love. Right? When you are carried by love, that's when you're very happy. But when you are carrying love, that is more honorable. Right? In other words, this ayat at the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, okay, it was an exercise of love had to be there first. Right? They are told something to do, and they find it difficult, right? Or something that they're going to be accountable for, and they're finding this is difficult to control the desire inside, and you're going to be judged according to it, which is an action, quick reaction, and so forth. They found it difficult, but the love that they carry got them to say سمعنا وأطعنا as it is. Even though it is difficult, but they say سمعنا وأطعنا. In other words, the honor is to carry that love and submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the honor. And carrying that love is not easy. That's the point. It is not easy. It is a work that has to be done. A work that you really have to work for. Okay? That means you have to exert a lot of effort for. Because, you know, when you claim that you love Allah, you love Rasulullah, you love Islam, then you're going to come into a situation that you're going to have to make choices that are difficult. But the love that you carry, the honor of a Muslim will get you to do what? To go anyway and go through it and have these difficulties. But the next step was that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed them that He loved them so much. So He took that away from them. When they submitted to it, when they showed their love, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala carried it away from them. Saying, no, I'm going to judge you according to what you do in the surface, on the outside, not the internal work, right? So now they are happy with that love that they were carried with, right? They are happy with that love that they were carried with. So that we ask ourselves, okay, are we happy of being a Muslim? Are you carried with love? Are you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking you, carrying you in this life with love? Okay? And if you do not find yourself pleased and happy, then we have to ask ourselves, are we carrying love? Do we love Allah and Rasulullah and the Quran and the Sunnah? Do we, sacrifice and the love is being exercised in a way that is apparent and in a way that is that has an evidence to it? Okay? And you will not be happy and you will not be carried by love unless you carry love. Okay? Unless you exercise that love toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our deen, you will not reach that happiness of being carried by love. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. Right? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that when you come to me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Hadith al-Qudsi, with a distance, I'm going to come choose a distance that bigger than the distance you came to me with. That is, you come into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because you love Allah. Right? But going toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes an effort. And it takes a lot of sacrifice and decision making and leaving something that you desire and getting something that might have some difficulty for you and so forth. But this is what you want in the way of Allah. Right? So you go there. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come running to you when you come walking to Him. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala come running to you and you realize that is when you'll be happy. That's when you'll be glad. That's when you taste the sweetness of Iman. Okay? So it is finally your desire becomes something like, for example, the scholars are saying that if you are worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're praying, you do some exercise of worship, and you were called by your parents. One of your parents called you. How do you feel? Okay. Do you feel like, oh no, I don't want to leave this and so forth? Or you're happy that they call in and you leave what you're doing and go. So they were saying that if you continue, or if you cut it off still, but you feel bad, then there is no reward for you in the way of active worship. Why? Because Rasulullah commanded us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded us when you're doing the act of the extra, the nawafil, and you are called by your parents, that is what you should do. So that's what should make you happy. Right? So even though you're praying, when your parents are calling you, you stop and go, and that should be making you happy because this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said and what Rasulullah showed us. So, but if you're not happy about it, you do it, but you're not happy about it, then the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is not more of a command, it is more of something else. Right? You're not taking the command, you do it. There is something, for you in it. Okay? Not total submission to it, because you submit. Whether, you know, if you do something you like or you don't like, and we go to something you like or you do not like, or you don't feel like it doesn't matter. But the matter is, when you are given the command, then you follow. So when the issue, okay, is سمعنا وأطعنا, and we hear and we obey. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter our evaluation to it. But it is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said so, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said so. Then you will feel that you are carried with love. That the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is carrying you through your life, through the events that you have to do. And you'll be going between the two. That expression of love with what you have to do, and the receiving of love that makes you happy in what you do. And now we can understand the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying that those who have more difficulties than the prophets and the messengers of Allah, then the one that follows, and then the one that follows. Meaning, the more you're committed, the more you're going in the way of Allah, the more difficulties that you're going to have. It means that in the expression or the exercise of love, it takes more effort and so forth, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala purifies them more, giving them more to do and so forth. But at the same time, it is not a difficulty without a reward. Because now they are getting closer to Allah, that means Allah is carrying them with love. So they have that happiness with them. They have that pleasure with them. So even though the work and the external work becomes difficult, but the internal work will be worth every effort and every sweat in the external work. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فادعوه يستجب لكم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين ورحمة الله للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، اللهم أنت أعلم بما في قلوبنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. اللهم أنت أعلم بحاجتنا منا فاقضها لنا. اللهم أنت أعلم بسرنا وعلانيتنا فتقبل معذرتنا. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه، وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها، أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من نفس لا تشبع، ومن قلب لا يخشع، ومن علم لا ينفع، ومن دعاء لا يستجاب له. وصل اللهم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين، وقوموا إلى الصلاة يرحمكم الله.